Hey guys, Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com. Well, I just finished my Playing in the Rain Stamp-A-Stack. This is my second set of these awesome cards. This stamp camp will start on the blog Monday, March 27th. It's a 4-part class. There are going to be optional class packets available in the Kitchen Table Stamper store while supplies last. I'm done with the class for the second time, but I had a bunch of product left from my kit. So these kits do have extra product to play after you're done with the class. And there's plenty of this sheer seam binding, the pebbles, enamel shapes. You get a whole pack. This is what's left after I did the class twice. Designer series paper, 6x6 sheets, cardstock, some bits and bobs that are left. And so what I'm doing today is making a treat box with what's left from the kit. I'm gonna have to add a little bit of balmy blue cardstock, some scraps for my flower and tag. This is a 6x6 sheet of the Rain or Shine Designer Series paper. I'm gonna use the stripe on this bag and we're gonna see what happens. But I'm just making little treat bags out of the leftover card or Designer Series paper and pieces. All right, so this little treat holds a Reese's peanut butter egg. I call these Reester eggs. And little Velcro closure, cute little tuck under the tag, and that's the treat box. All right, let's see. I hope you like it. I'm just using up my extra pieces in a fun and productive way, right? Okay, so here is the template for this. Now, the printable project sheet will have a picture of the template, all the measurements that you need, supply list, pictures. It'll all be there. Just go to the description box below. You'll see project details. Click here. That'll take you to the blog. When you're at the blog, you'll see the embedded video. And right below the embedded video says click here for your Rain or Shine Reester Treat project sheet. When you click that, it'll open a printable PDF, all right? Let's get the Simply Score tool. And I want my stripes on my bag to go vertical, I think. I've got 2 pieces of this left from the kit, so we'll see. If I don't like it vertical, I can make one horizontal. So I'm gonna put that in the Simply Scored tool with the stripes in the vertical orientation. Now, on the first 6x6 side, we're just gonna score at 1/2 inch, and then 2 1/4, 3 1/4, and 5. And we're gonna rotate 1/4 turn to the right, and we're going to score at 1 and 4 and 4 1/2. All right, there it is. I can't wait to see how this one looks. Now, something that I've noticed with this paper is I always do my creases inside out and then right side in, but because of the printing and in some cases the clear embossing, like on the opposite side, you want to really, for this project, do your creases inside out first, because if the paper cracks, you want it to crack on the wrong side, on the inside. You don't want your beautiful stripes on the outside to crack. So I'm going to work it inside out first, and then I'll turn it and work it right side in. And all the paper fibers that are stretching and maybe breaking as we work the scores, that's going to happen on the inside pattern. So it'll be hardly even noticeable in your treat bag. It's also really quality paper. It's kind of a thick paper. And so working these scores to get nice crisp lines is going to be really important. All right, so I've worked them both ways. Now let's trim according to the template. We're going to start with this 1/2 inch in our left hand or non-dominant hand, and then you're going to cut off the bottom rectangle and the top 2 rectangles right on this first vertical score line. And a little angle there for a glue tab. Then we're going to skip to the next one, and we're going to cut down. Might be easier to see from the wrong side. We're going to cut down and remove the score line, 1, 2 score lines, and then we're going to take out this whole big segment right here. All right, starting to look like our template. Let's liberate the tabs on the bottom. Again, I'm having an easier time seeing the score lines here, so we're kind of cutting on a reverse image of the template. I'm going to cut the score line out between the rectangle and the square, and then we're going to cut this score line out between the rectangle and the square. We're stopping at the intersecting score line, and then we're going to just do a gentle angle cut here and just clean up the bottom of the box if your glue tabs are angled. All right, turn that back right side out. And there's our treat. Let's round the corners on our flap. I kind of like the detail of the rounded corner. I'm going to use my We Are on the 1/4 inch rounder, and then we're going to assemble with tear and tape adhesive. Let's run a tab of adhesive, or a strip of adhesive on the long glue tab. Now this is the back of our box, and this is the front of our box. So when this comes together, we want the front to go to the back, so that the seams will run all down the back of the box. So what we'll do here is we'll add a little bit of glue or adhesive here, and then on the front we're gonna lift the tab and add the adhesive here. So that's our adhesive placement and the method to the madness. Let's go ahead and remove the liner from the tear and tape on the long strip, and you can fold at that second score line, so not this first one with the tab, but the second one, and then fold the first score line back, and that will assemble your box. Grab that and burnish. And there it is, seam to the back, flip to the bottom, side tabs in, back to the front, remove the liner, and then front to the back, remove the liner, square everything up before you front to the back, and now you'll see your seams run along the back of the box. Burnish that down with a bone folder. There you go. Now squeeze a little gusset for your bag. They're cute. Oh my goodness, I love it has kind of a little bit of a backpack feel to it. Maybe it needs some handles on the back like a backpack would have, or straps on the back like a backpack would have. Let's get our little Reester egg. We can pop that in there now. And our Velcro closer. I buy these on Amazon and use them all the time. I buy a 6-pack of 56 dots. So I get them in bulk. I have no problem using them up on my paper crafts because they're very affordable this way. So we're going to peel the side, the fuzzy side, and just pop that right on our tab. Remove the liner from the other dot. We've got a pair here. I put them in pairs before I cut them apart. And then we're going to square this all up, get it nice and straight. Grab the adhesive, burnish it down. Now sometimes I like to have a tool just to help me separate the Velcro, because you want to keep the fuzzy one on the top flap and the clear one on the bottom, and burnish that down. All right, now you've got your little Velcro clothes Reester egg treat box. Love it. All right, slide these aside. Let's get some white cardstock. I've got Memento ink and my bunny. I'm going to do it this way so I can see that I'm inked up nice and solid. Sometimes I like to do this with bigger stamps. Bring the ink pad to the stamp instead of the stamp to the ink pad. That way you can see that you've got a good solid black line. And to the paper. When you stamp, you want to do gentle but firm pressure. Don't push too hard, because if there's any ink around the edges of the rubber die, you don't want to catch that on your paper. Walk your fingers a little bit and just be patient. Let the ink transfer off of the stamp and onto the paper. You will get your best results that way. And then when you lift straight up, you get a nice clean image every time. Well, most every time. I've been doing this for a long time, and sometimes I still don't get clean images. All right, I just had to get a full 12 by 12 sheet of this Rain or Shine Designer Series paper because I wanted to point out how cute the little bunnies are. There's the little white bunny, and then a yellow bunny, and then a Cajun craze bunny. So there's 3 different ways that the artist colored the bunny on the papers. And the nice part about with the stamp set is you can make as many of these little bunnies as you like. So my original sample has the Cajun craze bunny, and when I do the Stack series starting on Monday, we're gonna do color through each of the bunnies, so you'll know how to color them to kind of match your designer series paper and the 3 different styles like the artist did. But today we're going to do the little yellow bunny with the blue coat. And for the yellow bunny, I've got some light So Saffron and my color lifter. I'm going to go ahead and just very lightly, starting around the ears, I'm going to outline and just very lightly scribble in. I'm not going to the very center of the ears. I'm going from the back of the head and the chin. And then when I get to the eye, I'm going to do a little bit less solid fill up and around the ears. Then I'm going to immediately, starting from that eye where I want it to stay nice and light and bright, I'm going to start pressing the light So Saffron ink back into the cardstock. That's what the color lifter really does. It doesn't lift the color, it lightens it by pushing the ink deeper into the cardstock, and that'll give us a pale kind of yellow bunny. Now if you want your bunny to be a little bit more yellow and a little bit I was going for kind of almost a vanilla look, like our bunny's kind of a off-white color, then you can go a little bit heavier with your So Saffron and a little bit lighter with your color lifter. The nice part about the color lifter is it's workable, so you can go back in and you can lighten it some more if you want to. I'm going to do little hands and then the feet and legs. The feet and legs, we're going to do the same thing. We're going for a light coat, not quite as solid as we usually do because we're really trying to get kind of a soft vanilla buttery yellow bunny. All right, so there's our bunny, and now let's do the nose. I'm going to do with Flirty Flamingo and a wee shadow, give it some dimension. And then we'll do the coat with Balmy Blue. For the coat, we're going for a good solid base coat, base layer of light Balmy Blue. And we'll grab dark Balmy Blue, and to add the shadow for the coat, we'll go kind of out the edge of the collar where the ears and head might cast a shadow over the shoulder, down the edge of the coat where it's going to be furthest from the eye as it rounds around the bunny. We'll color the collar inside dark because of a cast shadow from Bunny's chin, and then down the edge that's furthest away from the eye. And then Just very gently, little tiny circles. You're going to blend the dark and light balmy blue together. And there is our little vanilla bunny. Let's cut that out. I love the Playing in the Rain dies. We've got this little bunny from the stamp image, but the Playing in the Rain dies will cut those bunnies I showed you earlier right out of the Designer Series paper too. The Designer Series paper is kind of the easy button bunnies, and the stamp bunnies are the bunnies that never run out. You will always have lots of bunnies, no matter if you run out of Playing in the Rain, or excuse me, Rain or Shine Designer Series paper. Let me give that a crank. All right, see that? With the stamp, the die, and a little bit of a tutorial from the artist coloring on the Designer Series paper, we've got some pretty cute little bunnies, don't you think? Now for our project here, I have balmy blue cardstock, so soft seafoam cardstock, and we punched the postage stamp punch for the balmy blue, and the die cut is the small tag from the mini pocket envelope dies. All right, now we're going to make our flower. I think we need Mango Melody again, and so I've got a scrap of Mango Melody. I'm just going to cut the smallest flower. Ta-da! Got my Fiskars 1/4 inch handheld circle punch. You can use your little standard office hole punch. That's for the center of our flower. Let's get the take your pick tool and Stampin' Pierce mat. And I'm going to shape my flower by just pressing in the center with the lid on the putty end. There's our flower, gives it great shape. Oh, let me bring that Stampin' Pierce mat back. We're gonna go ahead and stamp our greeting. Now, the little hello greeting fits so perfect on this tag. I've been using this for a lot of different things lately. I love this little tag. I've got basic gray ink, and my hello greeting is from the Hello Ladybug stamp set. A little scripty hello there, fits perfectly, and leaves this treat good for Easter or the whole spring season. Hello. All right, I've got my little postage square and some dimensional adhesive. I'm going to add my dimensional adhesive right across the top of my postage, and then I'm going to pop my little postage square on where I want it. Then I'll take another piece of dimensional adhesive. I love the scraps and the ends here. This is perfect for this job. I'm lifting that rectangle, adding a piece along the flap, and then burnishing down. Now I know that I can lift that and no dimensional adhesive passes the tab. Close that back up. Let's get our bunny on there with some dimensionals. All right, bunny's sticky. Let's add the bunny to the front. Ooh, one's cuter than the next. I love it. Gotta using up tiny bits of dimensionals that have been laying around. So I got a little tiny piece, and I'm gonna put that on the back of my 1/4 inch circle. Make it sticky, and I'm gonna set that right in the center of my flower. Cute. Got some twine left from my Stamp-A-Stack. I'm going to thread the little tag and tie a thread knot. Thread knot is when you take both ends, wrap around your index finger, tuck the tails through that little hole, and then pull like you would at the end of the thread on a needle. And we want enough space there to kind of put our flower between the tag and the knot. Trim off the excess. Get another little bit of dimensional. And put that on the bottom of our hello tag. I'm going to leave some room at the top because the corner of this rectangle can tuck right behind the tag, which kind of further secures the box. Then a glue dot for my flower. Love this little flower. It's just going to add such a sweet pop of color, and it's literally made from scraps that you would have otherwise thrown away. The little flower on there. Now, with the linen thread between the flower and the box, what I found I needed was to take another glue dot. I'll use my take your pick tool and pick it up off of the roll, and then I just lifted the linen thread and added that glue dot between the thread and the box. You just sandwich and then remove the tool. Now let's go back to my cute little pebbles. I think that these pebbles are the cutest little embellishment. I don't know if they're still on the clearance rack, the Stampin' Up! Clearance rack, but they are included a whole pack in the Rain or Shine Stamp-A-Stack. We're going to just add some random pebbles, one of each color, I think, kind of by the flower. Got 2 on the tag, and let's put 1 on the box over here. I think this one. Isn't that cute? Hello, Reester bunny. They're so little and sweet. All right, you guys, if you've got any questions about the project, about the Rain or Shine Stamp-A-Stack, if there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty, email me, marissa@kitchentablestamper.com. To shop Stampin' Up 24/7, buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.